Hello, friends. In the last episode, we looked at the fundamentals of relationships. What are the general common factors of relationships, no matter with whom they are? I hope you found them helpful. Now, in today's episode, and for the next 3 episodes, I am going to talk of relationships of different kinds. So today's episode is going to be about relationships with friends. Okay. There are many kinds of relationships, as I said, there with friends, there with family, spouse, work relationships. But friends is one of those relationships which is completely out of choice. It's not thrust upon you in any way whatsoever, like, say, family. Okay, so it is very important that we understand this relationship well. Please remember that making friends is very, very hard. And keeping them is even harder than that. So you can understand the importance of understanding how to maintain and keep your friendships. When I speak of friends in this entire episode, please do not mistake them for the followers that you have on a LinkedIn or a Facebook or an Instagram, and the friends that you have on the same channels. They are not, in reality, your friends. Because a friend is someone on whom you can bank, on whom you can go and pour your heart out when you need to, who you know will be there by you when you need them in times of dire situations. So don't mistake those social media friends, so to say, as friends. For me, there's a distinction. Okay, so when I talk of friends today, I am talking of, let's say, real friends. Okay, so now that we've got that part of it clear, let us go ahead. So a reality in life is that we are all built to have friends. And we need friends because one cannot lead a happy life and succeed as a lone ranger. You need friends. You may not need friends to essentially do the work that you are doing, but you still need them because there are a lot of things that friends bring to the table. For one, friends protect us from loneliness. And if any of you all have been lonely at any stage or even for the shortest time, you will know that loneliness has very detrimental effects on our lives. Friends boost our confidence. Okay, and that's a big help. They increase our happiness level. They give us a sense of belonging. At least you know that you have a friend and that you belong to some group or whatever it is. And the main part is they advise you. Whether you like it or not is your problem. But they will advise you to the best of their capability and help you to even resolve that situation whenever a problem arises. So it is very, very important to have friends in your life. Okay. So good friends are hard to find. Friends themselves are hard to find, but good friends are harder to find. Let me correct myself. Okay. And therefore, to keep them, to nurture that friendship, and to make sure that it is well maintained, you need to be able to understand each other very well. There are no perfect friends, my friends. Absolutely none. But the best part of it is that each and every one of your friends brings out the best in you, in me, in everybody, the best of their individuality. True friends will encourage you when they think the individuality that you are depicting is right. They arouse the creative within you. They increase your creativity. And in different ways, they arouse your curiosity. So these are the three things that make a person successful. And friends do that for you all the time. Now, a question that had been bugging me for many years back was, why do I keep losing friends? Why do I lose touch with them? And over the years, I have found out, I've realized really, that not all friends are forever. There will be temporary friends, so to say. There will be short-term friends, and there'll be seasonal friends. So typical of this category of not so permanent friends, not forever friends, best friends forever, it's a big this thing. But do all best friends forever remain best friends forever? I would tend to say no. Okay, so typical of this category of temporary friends are friends you had in school or college, are friends that you have as neighbors staying with you, around you, are friends that you have in office. While they are friends, they are seasonal friends. Most of the time, like you might be having, say, 50 friends when you were in school. How many of them do you consider real friends after you leave school? Maybe for a year you stay in touch, maybe for 2 years, then it gradually diminishes till at the end of the day you say, okay, I'm not in touch with that person anymore. So that's what I mean by temporary friends. It's the same with neighbors, it's the same with work colleagues. If you change your job, or even if you get promoted or some other person gets promoted, that friendship with that person changes its dimensions. And you may not remain friends very long. But with some of them, you form really deep bonds. And these few will last a lifetime. In my case, when I was studying in school, which was way back, I joined or graduated from school in 1972. I joined school in, I think, 1961 or so. I have friends even today whom I meet regularly, who were with me in school, whom we still meet. We try to meet at least once a month as far as possible. But out of all those students studying with me, there are 5 of us, and we used to call ourselves magnificent 5. One of us is no more with us. But these are the friends that last a lifetime. In fact, my oldest friend, who is one of them, I probably know since the time I was born. He was my neighbor in my home. He's about a month elder than me. But as I said, I know him since the day I was born. Until today, we are friends. And I know that if I am in trouble, he's going to come running and say, yes, Hemant, what can I do for you? This and all the other 3 of the remaining magnificent 5 of my friends fall into this category. Another example I can give you is my friends from IIT. I have, for quite 2-3 years, been going through a severe medical challenge. And at this time, my friends from IIT, some of whom I have not met in over maybe 20 years, rallied together and did things to cheer me up when I was not well. They did things and they, along with me, prayed that I go through the whole procedure successfully. And even after my procedure, they all rallied together to thank God for listening to their prayers, to my prayers, and getting me back to this healthy state that I am in today. I can never be grateful enough for this circle of friends. Okay? This is one of those rare situations where practically every single batchmate of mine, whom I have not seen, as I said, in many, many years, got together when I needed them most. This, my friends, are real friends. The four of the five of us, right from school, many of us from IIT. You know, IIT bonding is a little special because we also lived together for those 5 years. And we do all the crazy things that one can think of. And actually, you know, doing crazy things with your friends does increase the bonding. Sounds crazy, but that's crazy too. Okay. Unfortunately, from my days in college, I don't have really close friends. Maybe because I was there for a very short period. I was there just for 2 years. But even then, maybe at that time, you know how it is. Newfound freedom from school to college. You're gallivanting around too much. You having diverse options, and you fail to latch on to anyone. But this is what I mean between temporary friendship and some of those temporary friends becoming real, lifelong, forever friends in the true sense. You will always keep making new friends, as I have. I had friends in school. When I went to college, I had friends there. When I went to IIT, I had friends there. When I graduated, I had friends at work. When I working, I have changed jobs. I have friends in different jobs. I have friends all through. Okay. But it doesn't mean that when I find new friends, I forget my old friends. As I said, my friends from school, whom we know for over nearly 60 years now, 60, 62 years, we still try to meet once a month. At times we meet with our spouses, and fortunately for all of us, our spouses also gel well, they bond well, and that makes it much easier. Having said this, what I want to say is that when you find new friends, don't forget your old friends. It requires effort, it requires time, it requires dedication to stay in touch with them. But staying in touch with a true friend doesn't mean you have to meet them every day or every week or anything. But be there when they need you. And that is the real sense. At the same time, do not at the expense of new friends, just stay in touch with the old friends. Because the new friends are coming into your life when you're at a different stage of life. And the kind of support they will bring you is of a different kind. So you need to make sure that you balance yourself with old friends and new friends alike. As far as friendship is concerned, I think you need to be like a farmer who first plants the seeds. So you have to plant the seed of friendship. That's just the beginning. That doesn't mean you become friends. Then the farmer has to put fertilizer. He has to make sure that he waters the plant regularly. And just like he has to do all of those things, you need to nurture that seed of friendship that you have planted with care, with understanding, with respect and honesty. And only then there is the chance that it will grow and blossom into a beautiful relationships and a wonderful friendship. So be the farmer always. But let me warn you, and that's the reality, that what I'm just going to tell you, is that just like some of the plants wither away, some friendships, no matter how much you have nurtured them, may wither away. There may be weeds that come into play, and they will die at some stage or the other. But let not these drawbacks, setbacks, so to say, discourage you in any way. You go on being the farmer in any case. And even from the friendships that grow, people change. And when people change, their attitude to life, their thinking changes. And therefore, those friendships come under stress. When such friendships come under stress, the best thing is to forget about them, not dwell on why that happened, and to move along. I, talking from personal experience, as I've been doing most of this talk, I have even had situations, not very happy ones, not that I am happy about or maybe even accepting completely till today. But there are times when friendships, which you have nurtured over many, many years, where you genuinely care, not only for your friend, but for your friend's family, wither away. And this is where that understanding comes in. At times they wither away because something you tell them is not acceptable. It touches a raw nerve within them. And therefore, they take a call to stay away from you. I guess I made that mistake. And we lost a friendship that I really, truly value. So be ready for these things. Friendships are not always a path which is strewn with rose petals. There are thorns. There are thorns that you will be able to remove. There are thorns that you don't take care of in time and they get in so deep that you really require severe surgery to get them out. But you have to learn to live with this and you have to move on. Okay? So having said all these things about friendship, remember, be friendly to everyone. I would go to the extent of saying even strangers you meet while you're traveling in a bus or a train. But remember that all these strangers and casual acquaintances, as I would call them, do not become friends. Being friendly and making friends are distinctly different things. Friends are special. Friends need to be cultured. Friendships need to be cultured. And we need to put in the requisite time and effort to build them. This is what relationships with friends is going to be all about. I hope you enjoyed the points. I hope you enjoyed what I've talked of today. If you have any questions, please do connect. Have a great evening. And I'll see you again in the next episode on relationships. Thank you.